Star Wars! It's time for Star Wars! These are the Star Wars! Brand new movie! I'm excited. Are you excited? You should be excited. Why are you not more excited? Star Wars, The Force Awakens, and hopefully it doesn't hit the snooze button. But I've been here before. The Phantom Menace. I promised myself, never again. We must face our fear. What if this movie isn't as good as we hoped? It doesn't have to be bad, it just has to be less than what we hyped. Which is not fair, it just is. But there's a movie out there right now that got me to address this elephant in the escape pod. And that movie is called Fanboys. Directed by someone I've never heard of and starring people I don't know, which really just shows how bad I am at this, and guest starring some of the most awesome names in science fiction and fantasy.
I'm William Shatner. I can score anything.
Fanboys is completely honest with whom it's addressing. The fans. I mean it, whether you're a Whovian, Browncoat, Trekkie, Brony, Tolkien, or whatever they call Harry Potter fans, potpourris, you will identify with the characters in this movie. Some more than others. The lead characters in this adventure are quickly recognizable. Eric is trying to fit in at the cost of his self-expression and basically unhappy with his life. Windows is so deep in the fandom mindset that his social skills have suffered. I doubt many people will admit to being the oversexed, hyper-aggressive fan like Hutch, but at the same time we've all met someone like that. And then there's Linus, who is... dying of cancer. Yes, this young man who seems like a good compromise between extremes is facing the end of his life 6 months before The Phantom Menace comes out. And despite some fissures in their friendship, the four resolve to drive to Skywalker Ranch and steal an early edit of the film. What follows is a road trip loaded with fandom references, hilarious conflicts, and plenty of rivalries between Trekkies and Star Wars fans. Why do Star Trek fans have a group name but not Star Wars fans? Who makes the rules for this? I could talk about the play-by-play, including all the various roles for big-name guest stars, but more than that, this movie really tackled the nature of fandoms. How people integrate this into their identity, how a source for entertainment for some becomes an inspiration or outlet for others. One of my favorite aspects is how, while these four might be the odd ones out, they run into some pretty bizarre folks. Because on some level, we're all a little weird, which makes us fun. And there's plenty of humor to go around. Slapstick, situational, wordplay, and just sheer awkwardness. That's not to say it's perfect. There is a heroine to our story, but Zoe doesn't enjoy the same character arc as the others. She's there to be the grounded center character who reminds the boys of how foolish they are. But her ultimate role is to be a love interest. I've only seen a few movies that make the fans protagonists, but this seems to be the role for every female character. Wouldn't it be interesting to see a movie tackle what it's like to be a female fan? Not identifying with popular culture, but not readily welcoming what some think is an all-boys club. And there are times where the humor becomes mean-spirited. It's the moments where it stops inviting fans to have a good laugh at themselves and slips into the "look at those losers, aren't they stupid" mentality.
What is the Klingon translation for "you're gonna die a virgin"?
I might laugh at this style of humor, but there's always a bitter feeling afterwards. Ultimately, it's a bullying mentality. Diminish someone else to empower myself. What I do enjoy is how this film shows that being a fan doesn't mean you've turned your mind off to reality. For some people, it's a way of perceiving life challenges.
Greatest deed Luke Skywalker ever did was take down the Death Star, right? You need that one badass thing. Lets you live on forever, you know?
Or it's a bridge between people. Just wearing a piece of clothing can signal those with like minds. Sometimes it's a passion that unites friends and allows others to reach out. And in that way, this movie makes a valid point. The passion and excitement that exists within a fandom is almost a separate force. Pun intended. So as we head into The Force Awakens, I want to encourage my fellow fans, remember this excitement. Enjoy the creativity that can spring from this and don't worry about expectations. If this is something you really enjoy, it can take forms you never expected. Says the guy speaking through a plushie. I'm Silver-Quilted, and I'm looking forward to seeing what comes of this new phase of the Star Wars franchise. Thanks for watching.